You've lost election.
Yeah.
I got to sit there and cry all the time and become bitter and say, who made me lose these elections? For me, I decided, that's it. You remember that night when the Chief Justice called me at about 1 a.m. to say that things are not looking very good. I think that it looks like, I said, tell me, what do you say? I think that you've lost election. I said, well, that's the idea of elections.
In that moment, what were your emotions when you were told that things are not looking okay?
She told me, I didn't see. I did, because I was waiting for the results to come out of the Western Province.
Yeah.
There were some results still in the Eastern Province from the valleys which had not come out. So my advisors and myself felt that when these come out, we will definitely be able to overcome the leadership of Mr. Sata. But according to the chair for the Electoral Commission, she said that they've calculated everything. It's not possible. That I'll make it. Of course, it was a shock to me.
You didn't expect it?
Yeah, I didn't expect it. I thought that I'd won that election. I'd done everything. Normally, when you are a president and the economy is going good, as it was going there. Of course, the opposition was busy saying it wasn't good. The economy was going good. We were mobilizing the country. Our mobilization campaign went very well. We had all the funding, and you can't believe, from marketeers, all the people who were beginning to benefit from the economy.
Exactly.
From Kalingalinga, from Chihuahua, and so on, to bring money to us to win this election. So everything was going very well. We're pulling big crowds. A lot of people were coming to the crowd. I think I had succeeded to a certain extent to unite the country.
Yeah, you did.
If you remember, my rallying cry was Rupiah Banda, president for all Zambia.
Yeah.
It was deliberate. It was to bring everyone. Every rally that I addressed all over this country, I told them, look, I am here to persuade you to vote for me because I've done this and that for you, and I'll do this and that for you. However, it's up to you. In the end, you have to decide.
Yeah.
I more or less was preparing myself to
the outcome of
for the outcome of the election. I may not have realized it, but then I kept saying this to the people of Zambia, that I have, it's up to you. Whatever you have seen what I've done. And I was sure that they would go. Of course, then comes the news at midnight from the chair of the Electoral Commission that no, it's not looking good, you've lost. So I was talking on the phone to her. My wife was lying on the bed. And I said to me, she said, what? And I said, we've lost this election. And my wife said, calm down. She said to me, cool down, that's how it is. Some win, some lose. So I said, what are you telling me? So I told her that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, I'm having a press conference. And I want you to come. Immediately I picked up the phone, I called Dixon Jerry, who was my press person. I said, I've just finished talking to him. It doesn't look very good. It looks like we're out. And so on. And I want you to come now. And then I want you to get in touch with the Richard Chembe, get in touch with my political advisor and all my key people, and Dr. Sichinga. Everybody must come now. We have to prepare for the press conference tomorrow. So 2 hours later, we all met. I didn't sleep that night, as you can imagine. And then we went for the press conference. And I'd like you to go and look for that speech so you can read it again now so you understand what I said in that speech. Because it still remains a lesson to the young Zambians what to do when you're confronted with a situation such as mine. A lot of people, then and now, still think I was a fool to accept. Many leaders in Africa mocked me. They said, you were the president, you had all the power. How can you concede so easily? Said, but I had already promised the people that the winner will be the winner. You look for this speech of mine, which I addressed at Mandevu, which was my last rally, at exactly 5 minutes to 18 hours. And in that speech, I said, all political leaders in Zambia, all opposition leaders, all those who want to be president, we have had the opportunity to talk to the Zambian people. And we've told them what we will do for them, we've told them what we can do for them, etc., etc. It is now up to the Zambian people to make the decision. And once they've made that decision, each one of us must commit ourselves to accept.
So you actually respected the wish for the Zambians?
Yeah, my wish, it was my wish also that whoever loses must lose.
And whoever wins must win.
Win. But whoever wins must respect those who have lost.
Exactly.
Which unfortunately, as you all know what I went through, was not the case. But the fact is, I promised that I would accept, and I did accept.
Now, talking about what you went through after you lost that election,
yes.
Would you safely say you've forgiven and forgotten?
Of course, not forgotten. How can you forget? You're being called this, being dragged to court every day and so on. So it's very painful. And you've got children every day. They are seeing in the paper, they're hearing from their friends at school, oh, your dad stole this, your dad did that. It's a very traumatic experience that I went through. I can't forget that.
But you've forgiven.
Forgive, yes. And you know, this is the message that my guiding star in Zambian politics, Kenneth Kaunda, taught us. On the 24th of October, 1964, Kaunda stayed at the stadium, at Independence Stadium. Let us not forget the bad things that happened to this country. But let us forgive. Let us go forward. The first leader that I had, I was sitting very close to, saying we must forgive. Even before President Mandela said it, before Desmond Tutu, before all the great leaders of Africa who have talked about forgiveness, Kaunda was the first one in 1964. And that never left my mind. So here I am now in Kaunda's seat, and I'm being persecuted, etc., etc. So I had to remember the strength that he gave to us young Zambians. I'm talking to young Zambians who tomorrow may become leaders of this country.
Exactly.
I'm saying the same thing. Once you have won on behalf of everyone. All those who voted for you, all those who didn't vote at all those who voted against you, everybody in Zambia, the 18 million people in Zambia, you become their father. And
regardless of their political affiliation.
Exactly.
Don't you think Zambia is now losing it? I mean,
Well, you want me to say it for you? Your question is loaded. Yes.
I want you to say it for us.
Yes. No, I'm saying it. That, you know, it is obvious. It is very obvious that we are bitter against each other, and it's not a good thing. Wow. And I'm not ashamed to do this, to say this, that if we don't follow what those who came before us, like Dr. Kaunda, like Martin Luther King, like all these great people before, if we don't follow what they told us about this issue of forgiveness, this issue of love, this issue of peace, this issue of justice, we will have problems. Don't talk about Zambia only. Just switch on the CNN now. Just switch on CNN, BBC, anything you switch on, and see what is happening in the world today because of hatred. And what is happening in the streets of America, what is happening in the streets of France, happening in the streets of England, can happen in all streets of any country in the world. If there is no love, there's no forgiveness. So for me, that is, and I say this all the time, in practical terms, that's what I try to do always, to advise my young friends who bother to ask me for my opinion as to where we should be going. We need all to go forward together as a people, regardless who is going to win. Once they have won, It is their duty to look after everybody. It is their duty to forgive the others. It is their duty to be fair in the distribution of the wealth of the country to everybody.